Hi, and welcome to this introduction to the Pentatonic Hanon 01-12-20 series of exercises. I'm Bob Chappell, aka Mr. Musicarta. The Musicarta Pentatonic Hanons, or PentHans for short, are Hanon-like keyboard dexterity exercises which use the pentatonic scales familiar from and used in lots of popular music. These exercises are much closer to what you want to play than the abstract finger exercises and scales of traditional piano teaching, so a better thing to practice all round. You'll find many similar pentatonic exercises in the Musicarta Pentatonic Workbook and on Musicarta Patreon, and some, without teaching notes or MS of course, on Mr. Musicarta YouTube. The Pentatonic Hanon 01-12-20 lesson series drills the major pentatonic scales in triplets with repeated notes, a great way to practice keyboard dexterity for improvising. As you can hear in the background, these patterns are practically solos already. The full Pentatonic Hanon 01-12-20 series is available in the Musicarta Pentatonic Workbook, the Musicarta Hanon, and on Musicarta Patreon Tier 1. If you already have access to these resources, you'll find a link to the PentHan 01-12-20 material somewhere in either the left or right hand columns. This is a taster video introduction. Depending upon where you are in terms of expertise, working through some of the more basic Musicarta pentatonic material might be helpful, and some basic finger dexterity is an advantage. But on with the lightning tour, which includes some groundwork. First, the Pentatonics Workbook Build-Up of Tones exercise, a tune of sorts you use to memorise and reliably visualise the major pentatonic scale.
T2,
This is the exercise in C, for learning the C major pentatonic scale.
5, 6,
You can and should use this exercise at any level. Visualise it in all keys on your morning run, for example.
5, 6, T, 2, 3,
Next,
5, 6,
step,
5,
skip, repeat. SKR. Pattern is incredibly useful in musical creativity, and the PentHan 01-12-20 lesson series explicitly coaches patterning as a technique for improvising a melodic line. The PentHan 01-12-20 patterns are described in terms of pentatonic scale steps, S, to a next door scale tone, either up or down, skips, K, to a next door but one scale tone, again either up or down, or repeated notes, R, the same note again, that's SKR. But because the pentatonic scale is already gappy, they're not immediately so obvious. Let's take a closer look. In both the major and minor pentatonic scales, steps, moving to a next door pentatonic scale tone, S, can be either whole tones or minor thirds. There are 3 whole tone steps and 2 minor third steps in the pentatonic scales. Skips, moving to a next but one pentatonic scale tone, K, can be either major thirds or perfect fourths. In the pentatonic scales, there are 4 perfect fourth skips and just 1 major third skip. So here's PentHan 01-12-20 pattern number 1, marked up in step, skip, repeat notation. You get the first 2 ascending and the first 2 descending 6-note patterns to study. The pattern is
tonic, skip, skip, step, repeat, skip, skip, step, repeat, skip, skip, step, tonic, skip, skip, step, repeat, skip, skip, step, repeat, skip, skip, step.
And here's the pattern number 1 video. Listen out for the step, skip, repeat pattern. So already you're learning these valuable exercises from the virtual keyboard, From the music, if you read, you don't have to. From the audio and from the SKR pattern. There are 12 of these patterns and 8 mixed pairs, and you learn and practice these in C, no black keys in the pentatonic scale, E flat, 2 black keys, and E, 3 black keys in the pentatonic scale. You were going to practice anyway, right? Next up, playing by ear and transposing. The pentatonic scales are used so much in popular music that if you can identify the pentatonic scale tones in a key, you can probably play a tune by ear. That is, work out yourself how to play it. Instantly, quickly, or more slowly, depending. So you're going to get these patterns thrown at you in random keys for practice. But of course not without some preparation, consisting of brushing up on major pentatonic scales in D and B flat and A flat, using the build-up of tones drill, plus a run-through of PentHan 01-12-20 pattern number 1 in those 4 new keys. You do get videos to help you. That gives us 7 keys, oven ready or close. So by now we can read and play pattern number 1 in this super schematic notation. Next you're going to play pattern 1 in a random key, one of our 7, all around middle C. Here's the random tonic number 1. Hold it there. Was it higher or lower than C, the reference tonic? Here it is again, and the new tonic. Yes, it's higher. So we know it's going to be D, E flat or E. Which was it? Listen again. Yes, it's D. So we refresh the major pentatonic scale in our heads with the new tonic. La, 1 up, 1 down, 1 da 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 da. 3 steps up and back and 3 steps down and back and ba da 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 ba ba da 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 la 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 la. You don't have to sing beautifully in tune like me, by the way, or in tune at all. You just have to think you are. It's just a matter of step or skip, up or down or repeat. So back to our in any key version of pattern number 1. We're in D. Da skipper da 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 ba ba da da da. Yes, that one. La 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 da 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 da. Play it in the new key. Yes, I'm showing you the video here to boost your confidence. You actually only get the audio. But if you don't get it right away, we have a backup plan. The random tonic build-up audio, which demonstrates how you, or anybody, would learn and practice the pattern step by step, adding bits on as you master them. You can hear it in the background. There's a video explaining the structure. It's a good example to follow, in fact. Then you get to do all that in random key 2. Your pattern in another key coming up. Here's your new tonic. Which note between A flat and E is that? 4 keys either side of middle C. And again, found it yet? Yes, it's B flat.
1 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down, 2 up and back down, 2 down and back up, 3 steps up and back and
Da, 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 skip, skip, step, skip, step, step, repeat. Skip, skip, step, skip, step, repeat. Skip, skip, step, skip. Otherwise, there's the slow motion audio build-up to fall back on. And eventually you'll be getting, that is, guessing correctly, the new tonic by ear, with a bit of trial and error scratching about perhaps at the keyboard, and instantly transposing. So, 12 patterns, 2 random tonics each and 8 mixed pairs. 20 in all. 2 a day and revise yesterday's, say 10 days. To double at least your playing by ear proficiency or your money back. You can get the Pentatonic 01-12-20 lesson series with the Musicarta Hanon, the Musicarta Pentatonic Workbook, and on Musicarta Patreon. Sign up for the Musicarta newsletter for up-to-date discount codes, and as I like to say, see you on the course.